If you're watching this video, it probably means that you love all things Santa Barbara, restaurants, news updates, housing market trends. And if you're here for the first time, welcome to the channel. My name is Avi Becker. I'm here with
Joe Parker.
We are the Santa Barbara group at Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate. We love making videos, everything from our favorite places to eat, some of the cool houses that we sell. And this part of the channel, we want to do some drive along tours, as well as talk about real estate market trends and what's happening new in Santa Barbara. And I thought, who better to do it with than my man Joe, who's a Santa Barbara local. I've been living here now for over 10 years. I've moved here in 2014 to go to school. So we know a thing or two about this town, and we love connecting with you guys who find us on YouTube. Whether it's you need a restaurant recommendation, whether you need help finding a place to live, we love what we do and we love this town. Even on a little bit of a gloomy day like this, it's still the best place to live in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. You know, growing up here, fortunate enough to still be here. I grew up with a lot of people that left and weren't able to come back. It's an amazing place, and if you find that this is going to be in your future, then trying to figure out, you know, the nuances of the town, the different areas, you know, the little sub-neighborhoods, the hidden gems, all these things become really challenging unless you've got an inside scoop, and that's what we're here to do, is give you the inside scoop.
Exactly. And if you like these type of videos on Joe's channel, his channel is blowing up. We do full-on property tours where we take you on a drive along and then also film the inside of the property. But on this video, we're just going to talk market trends. We're going to talk Santa Barbara news and kind of talk about what the state of the real estate market and beyond is. It is May 1st when we're filming this, 2025.
Yeah. We've
definitely seen some slowdown, I feel like, in the market, and also just some uncertainty. Right now we have about, I want to say 5 or 6 sellers that we're representing, and obviously we work with a lot of buyers that are looking for homes. And on a couple of our recent deals, I kind of thought they were going to maybe go multiple offers, go quick. One of them, we did get one offer, it was strong, but I was kind of expecting more than that. And then on this other one we've had, it's been a little slower than we thought. How are you feeling that the market's reacting to kind of the turbulence with the news?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people who were more discretionary buyers or interested in buying, were ready to buy, but it wasn't a necessity for their life to buy, have pumped the brakes a little bit. We still got good activity with the people that have to transact. They need to find a home. But the other people that were more kind of interested in getting something, but if they don't get something this quarter, they could always wait till next quarter or even maybe next year. A lot of those people don't feel a lot of urgency right now, it seems like. And they're doing a little bit of that wait and see, kind of put a pin in my plan and I'm going to watch things. But the urgency has left a lot of the buyers, I feel like, that aren't needing to find a place to live.
For sure. And I had a good real estate friend who crushes it up in the Bay Area. Shout out to Lindsay. She said it very well, and she said that she feels like the Bay Area is the first to react, at least in a lot of the high-end markets, where when the stock market takes a major hit or is experiencing a lot of uncertainty, the activity stops really quickly, because like in our market, average cash transactions in the last couple of months has been close to 40%. Means 40% of the homes that are selling in cash. Same thing in the Bay Area, especially in a high interest rate environment like we're in. Those people, they don't just have $2-3 million laying around. It's in their investment accounts, in their stock accounts, in crypto, whatever the heck they're holding it in, and they're going to be selling that to take it out. And when the market dips, they don't want to sell at the potential low, and they've watched their account maybe lose 20% value in a handful of weeks, and they're not going to want to sell to buy real estate at that time. So I feel like that's happened here too with some of our clients who are cash buyers. Some people who wanted to buy a home are going to hold off for a little bit potentially.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of those people kind of wanting to wait and see, and maybe some of them got their money out already and want to put it in, but if they haven't, then yeah, I could see how that would stall someone out.
Exactly. So Joe, if you were a home buyer right now, where do you see the opportunity for those people who are maybe on the fence, want to wait, don't want to overpay or buy at a bad time or over leverage? Where do you see there being opportunity for those people in a market like this, especially as they're softening?
I would say if you have the ability and the wherewithal and desire to do work, the opportunities right now seem to be in the fixers. So if you could pick up a fixer, especially if you're handy yourself, or you've got someone real close within your sphere that's a contractor in your family perhaps, and you could do some of this work yourself or just one-off it to someone in your sphere, I think that is a great opportunity for people right now. There's a lot less people interested in fixers. I think the other opportunity could be, as the market's changing and becoming a little bit more of a buyer's market, we might find some more of these off-market opportunities for our buyers. And so a lot of buyers engage with us to let us know what they're looking for, what their budget is, what their timing is, what they want as far as a home goes, what kind of locations they're interested in. And we go to work finding off-market opportunities for them. And that's a great way to get into something that doesn't have competition, maybe is potentially undervalued because the seller just wants to get out of it, or if anything, just something that adds to the amount of opportunities, because the inventory is still rather low. We've slowly creeped up, but it's still historically we're at low inventory. So those could be a couple opportunities. I think the fixers and some of the off-market stuff that's coming across our desk. And at our brokerage, Berkshire Hathaway, we have weekly sales meetings where we talk about off-market opportunities. We share what our buyers are looking for. And so to get in that conversation, have your needs, your real estate dreams a part of that conversation with those powerful, transacting, the most, busiest office in Santa Barbara doing the most transactions. That's really a lot of value. So we can help you with that, understanding what your needs are and get your information, kind of your what you're searching for in that conversation.
For sure. We have a great pocket listing right now in the Mesa, one of the premier neighborhoods of Santa Barbara. If you're not familiar with the Mesa, we have a lot of videos and a lot of content on both of our channels about the Mesa. That's one of those homes where, unless you're working with someone who's tapped in, you're never going to know about it. You're never going to see it on Zillow, on Redfin. If you're only looking on those sites and kind of working as a lone wolf, you're just going to miss out on a handful of opportunities that are out there. Yesterday, we just met with an awesome home seller in Hope Ranch, and if he wants to potentially move forward with that property, we're going to probably start it as a pocket without the vast majority of the people knowing. And especially as you get into the higher price points, there's a lot of opportunity for that. It's not going to ever be online, so that's a great point. And yeah, I would say, touching on fixers as well, when the market is so frothy and it's multiple offers and you're doing inspections and you're under contract and you might find a handful of things wrong, you'll be lucky if you even get a fraction of a credit or a fraction of a request for repairs. But when the market's slow like this, I'm doing a handful of inspections for awesome clients that we have under contract on the Lower East Side. We're going to be sending a very diligent request for repairs and asking for both a credit and a price reduction. And the reason is because we're the only offer. If they don't want to deal with us, they're going to have to go back on the market. They've already been on the market, I think, north of 200 days. And in an ultra high, competitive market, you're just not going to have that type of flexibility. And I think that's a great opportunity. If you get under contract, you're going to know that you're going to have a lot more leverage right now than if it was 2 months ago or if it was a property that was getting multiple offers.
Yeah, that's a really good point. The request for repairs, renegotiation is definitely back and a big part of the market today.
For sure. So on the flip side, we talked about the buy side. Where do you see, what advice do you have to people who are selling a home right now as the market has definitely started to shift?
I would say, you've got to adjust your expectations right now. The market isn't the way it used to be. So one, really be sharp on your pricing. As a seller, I noticed that, it's probably harder for people to understand the value of their property. So take that advice. If you trust your real estate professional and they're telling you something or showing you things that don't line up with what your expectation is, maybe step back and maybe, reconsider your expectations a little bit. Be prepared, like we were talking about earlier, that once you get into escrow, you may have to make some adjustments. Before you go on the market, tackle the safety items, and tackle the things that are going to be flagged by insurance, which are your electrical system and your roof. If you've got an older roof or an older electrical system, like the panel is 100 amp and it's original, that's going to probably get flagged. And if you're in escrow and the buyer's getting a mortgage, they may have to address that in order to get their insurance for their mortgage. So that's going to be something that may come up, and if you get in front of it, it may save you money and time. And if the market starts to turn, time is money, because as the market starts going down and you're on the market, if you're not selling, you're devaluating your property, and you're also in a declining market, so you could be chasing it down. You never want to be in that situation. So get sharp with the pricing, do everything you can to improve the property, especially the safety items, and just be prepared that you may have to wheel and deal a little bit once you get into escrow.
Mm-hmm. And I would say that when the market was ultra hot, some people would work with out-of-town agents, just throw a sign in the yard, take a couple, half-ass photos, excuse my language, but just kind of stick a sign and hope that it goes. And honestly, in the right market, sometimes it would still go. But now working with someone, who has experience and knows how to actually help prep a property, like this one condo that we had in Goleta, we did a lot of work to it, including more than just aesthetics and more than just staging. We had our great plumber get in there, shout out to Robert, and install a tankless. We really made it move-in ready as possible for the next group of buyers, and I think that helped our positioning a lot, because those people that aren't doing that initial prep work, they're going to see that effect when their home is languishing and buyers are picking other options over theirs. So yeah. I would say, we have a great Rolodex of everyone from plumbers, electricians, painters, contractors. So even if you just live in town and you need a recommendation, hit us up. But having a team that really knows what they're doing and knows how to prep is really going to help your situation.
Yeah.
If you want to sell a house. And
staging. If you're going to vacate the property, definitely consider staging. I think it's a worthwhile investment. You'll get your money back for sure. And we definitely help people coordinate the staging and get all that done for them. But I would say consider that as a good investment.
True. Okay, so we've talked buyers, we've talked sellers in this current marketplace. Is there anything trend-wise, news-wise that you found worth following, or any type of, whether it's housing or just Santa Barbara news that you're either keeping your eye on or looking forward to?
It seems like State Street has been in the news for like the last, 5 years or so, as really starting to struggle. Mm-hmm. Lots of vacancies. Yeah. Some people talking about homeless situations. But compared to like the big cities and stuff, it's really mild and tame. But no doubt you're definitely going to see, maybe one or two homeless people, maybe every block or so when you're cruising around State Street, or if you're having a time down there walking around. But what seems to be trending is some revitalization happening, some rethinking, like the old Macy's building in Paseo Nuevo is going to be turned into housing and mixed use, maybe in a more open concept, kind of like the public market in the downstairs, where you got a few different businesses in there. So that's kind of exciting to see happening, and possibly some changes coming to where the look of the downtown sidewalk situation and dining on the sidewalk, I hear some changes coming in that regard. So that's kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm. I saw, I walk downtown every day because I walk to Swell a lot of days to go work out, and there's that massive building. It's like been used as the Halloween pop-up, and like it's tried to, other concepts have tried to come in there right on State, and I'm actually kind of forgetting the cross street, but it's right downtown. It's a big building, and there's
it might be on State in Carrillo.
State.
Or Cannon Bernardino?
Yeah, it's close. It's one of those. And it's there's a notice of some type of application in the window, and it's all been cleared out. It was full of stuff for a long time, but not open. The last time it's been opened was as like a Halloween store. And I think, the Amazon building is empty right now. There's going to be a need for some revitalization, and I would love to see those stores come back to life. Great location.
That one you're talking about was going to be it looked like a hotel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, the one that
repurpose it into a hotel. That one
that was the Halloween
used to
store.
Be the Halloween store, yeah.
Wow, that would be cool.
I read that same sign, and it looked like they're talking about
they're gonna have a permanent location. That would be nice. I mean, that would definitely bring back some livelihood to that area.
Yeah.
So wrapping up, thanks so much for watching along, guys. If you enjoyed this video, what we think we're gonna do next is maybe do a fun little drive along in some of our favorite neighborhoods and walk and talk, or drive and talk, I guess, more like, through, and kind of give you an understanding if you're not as familiar with the certain pockets. We're thinking of doing the West Beach and Funk Zone first. If you like that idea, let us know in the comments. If there's another neighborhood you'd rather have us do, let us know in the comments as well. We so appreciate liking and subscribing, All of our contact info will be right at the description and the top of the comments in the video. So if you want to reach out and if you want to go see houses with us, or if you need help with anything Santa Barbara related or have any questions, we love connecting with you guys. I was saying on Joe's video the other day, I have those clients that were under contract with, I was talking about doing the big request for repairs. They found me from YouTube. I love helping people from YouTube, and so does Joe. So thanks for watching.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a great way to make a connection with someone that you could get to know, trust, and help with all your needs. So definitely reach out.
Make it a great day, guys. Thanks for liking and subscribing. See you on the next video. Peace.